This is a continuation of this scam meeting here. Notice where they say Janice Gravy Train Grants Lucas is saying they want input from the community. So I'm trying to figure this out. I guess I'm not community, and so basically another thing is they're going to be holding this meeting 7:30 in the morning, where the average person cannot get to these meetings. It is a common thing for them to hold their meetings, just like the Homeless Coalition scam meetings. All these meetings are always held where the general public cannot be there because they might be at work or something like that. So they can't get there. So that's where they do their dirty deals. All they got to do is pretend like they're doing something, and it's probably all about a grant, and then I'll guarantee you I'll never be able to find out her so-called salary or anything like that. You'll notice the crisis counselors, okay? That's CRI$IS counselors. God, I'd hate to think, do they actually do something to make sure that they got job security and create violence so that they can have their crisis scams going? I'm just trying to figure this out. We got a show on there called How to Get Away with Murder. And I suggested that Channel 13 be arrested by the Bay County Sheriff's Department. In one ear, out the other. So anyway, this is a continuation of this scam meeting here.
Well, tonight there is shock and sadness in Wewahitchka. That's where the shooting suspect, Myron May, grew up and attended school. May was a close friend of the Taunton family in Wewahitchka. This is a picture you see here of May on the right, sitting down just last week in an annual camping trip with the Taunton family. The Tauntons say May spent much time over his teenage years at their home and went to school with the boys and girls who lived on the property. David Taunton and his daughter told me this morning.
I'll bet you he listened to rap clap shit.
In New Mexico showed up surprisingly at their front door 3 weeks ago.
He was unhappy and felt like he wanted to come back home and set up his own law practice here. Had no place to stay, he says. I offered him a place to stay temporarily. He said he wanted to study the bar exam.
I don't know if it's processed yet. It's really strange. It's really weird. Can't possibly be him. Like, I would never imagine anybody.
What if they got all violence off TV so it wouldn't put in people's minds?
From Myron.
The Tauntons say Myron May was studying to take the Florida bar exam in February. We will have more reaction tonight on News 13 at 10. It's a nightmare coming to life, the active shooter situation in Tallahassee. It has captured the nation's attention, and the senseless act strikes close to home with our NOAA campus right here in Panama City. News 13's Molly Mitchell visited the campus today and has the story. Molly?
Jerry, the two campuses are separated by 100 miles, and the impact of last night's tragedy magnified the unity the two schools share. And amidst a time of confusion and sadness, people are rising to support the Seminoles.
There has been a shooting.
Chairman Alan Bentz of Panama City was called in the early morning hours about the shooting. He traveled to the Capitol right away and met with the families of the victims. I spoke with Mr. Bentz by phone this afternoon. He describes his meeting with the parents.
I just told them I loved them, and that Florida State University loves you, and it was very tearful. It was very tearful.
When you walk to your favorite newscast, News 13, your local leader. Now, chief meteorologist. Different walks of life together today to fight for one common goal.
Safety and security are a concern of us all, and the responsibility of us all. If we work together, we can truly accomplish something that does provide us that sense of community.
John Hoodnack, Gulf Coast Community College president.
Problems in any part of our community are problems for all of our community, and we must work together to address them.
Over the summer, Panama City has seen a big increase in the number of young children involved in crime, and unfortunately it has resulted in many deaths. With that in mind, government, local government, law enforcement, and key educators signed a contract today to make the LEAD Coalition official. Together, they hope to start a conversation, get community support, and find a solution to stop the violence in Bay County. The Bay County School Board, the City of Panama City, and the Bay County Sheriff's Office all provided a small amount of funding to get things started. Through that, they were able to hire Janice Lucas, leave her job teaching to take over as executive.
Yeah, how small is that amount?
Talk is necessary. We have to talk through the issues, and we have to talk about the difficult aspects of the issues. So that's a
take violence off TV. Take it out of the movies. Take it out of people's minds.
And find solutions that we don't know. We can't just know what someone is doing in another community
the problem
and
will last.
it's going to work here without talking about it, without tweaking it.
The next coalition meeting will take place on December 5th at 8:30 a.m. at the Panama City
Make it
Police
last
Department.
as long as possible.
At that meeting,
Pretend like you're fighting the
more
crime.
regular meeting schedule.
Pretend like you're
The
fighting
holiday
it.
season is pretty much here, and so are scam
So,
artists. The bad guys are
November
out there
20th,
taking advantage of shoppers. News 13
2014,
spoke
but
to
we
the
got-
Washington County Sheriff's
we got
Office
a
today
show
about
on TV
scams
called How to
that
Get
come
Away with
across our
Murder.
net. Casey?
Amy, when it's supposed
Viola Davis's husband Sam, and maybe there's a clue in this clip.
Andy, please, you lie so much your words mean nothing to me. You mean nothing to me. Will you just stop for 1 second? I'm done saving your ass. I'm done believing in you. I'm done loving you. Get out of this house.
Some
Yeah.
serious stuff going on.
It is getting good on How to Get Away with Murder. And joining us right now, Matt McGoy, who plays Viola's somewhat cocky student, right? Asher Millstone on the show. So, explain about the fight.
Yeah, this episode I actually watched yesterday.
I wonder if them sorry low-life fucks that put this shit out, this violence, would they invite these gang-banging punk motherfuckers into their house?
actually Viola's husband Sam that we might actually
Goddamn fucking whore motherfuckers!
true? We're
You
gonna
will find out.
Really?
Tonight, you will find out.
That's
You
big
will find out.
Who killed Sam?
You're like having a nice nap, and then you're gonna get like.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna call Sheriff Frank McKeith and see if I can't have goddamn Channel 13 motherfucking arrested.
Scandal, which is embroiled.
Oh yeah, let's glamorize fucking violence.
Last week, Joe Morton, who of course plays Carrie
Yeah.
dad, well, he had a bunch of people killed who were trying to arrest him. So he joins us now with a little bit of a challenge for you. Are you ready for this?
Oh.
Take a look.
Okay, man. I tell you what. Let's make a bet. Who's going to be trending the most tonight? Hashtag Who Killed Sam or hashtag Scandal. Take it or leave it. Ooh. Who's gonna have the juicier winter finale?
Yeah, I bet you low-life motherfuckers that create this stuff, you make sure to have goddamn guards protecting your motherfucking place.
It's gonna destroy everyone.
You sick motherfuckers, you.
I tell you what. I think it's gonna be hashtag Scandal because Olivia has sworn to take the kill shot.
Goddamn whore motherfuckers.
What's gonna trend more than that? I think I win.
Fuck you.
I guess we'll have to see.
We
will have to see.
Your reaction.
I guess we'll have to see.
Uh-huh.
Is there any little secret you want to slip us real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Is there
Are you naked?
I mean,
Work it out.
head to toe. Just for the first time on network TV, we decided it's worth it. I'm just going to go butt naked.
Really? Well, we've got much more with Matt, but you'll have to go to our ET Facebook page to check it out. When Matt
Yeah,
answers
go
ET,
up to a chick and say, "Are you naked?"
why he did this.
on the streets and see if you don't get thrown in
It's
jail.
really a life-changing
And get a
moment.
motherfucking
Comedy
sex
star,
crime
Bill
charge.
Clinton, longtime country star.
Are you
Tom
naked?
Tells the world he's gay. Can you take a deep breath?
Let it out. You good? You nervous? You a little nervous? What I'd like to do is just start with your song, Lies That I Told Myself.
Yeah.
And in the song, you sing.
Yeah, there's a cocksucker here,
some
man.
Lies I told myself.
A weak fucking wimp.
Glad I didn't believe.
There's nothing that a man can do more to lower himself when he sucks the dick of another fucking man. There's nothing a man can do to lower himself more.
A lower thing a man can do to another man or to themselves is to suck off another man.
Ty had 17 country hits, a good old boy image, and a secret. He was even married, twice. But his down-home facade came crashing down in 1995 when he was busted for exposing himself in a public park in Texas. He was also found to be in possession of methamphetamine. You talked to us at Entertainment Tonight about that. Back then, I want to show you that I have that part of that interview.
On June 13th, I was arrested for a drug and a decent exposure charge that was immediately dropped right after that because it was just a misunderstanding. There wasn't any
Immediately
What
dropped?
was you doing?
charge.
Doing feelies in a fucking public bathroom stall or something? Huh?
Yeah, a little heavier.
But when you look at this and you listen to this man,
I can't think of a better way, a more disgusting way,
what was
for a man to lower himself to another man,
A very scared young man.
and for a man to lower himself than to suck the cum out of another man's
He
dick.
was hiding, he was in pain, and he was doing overtime.
Oh yeah,
Anything that he could to save his
What a great way to destroy a fucking nation.
music got Ty through it, and his recovery program, and now his truth. You're going to return to the stage in Nashville on November 24th.
Yes.
You nervous about that? Is there a fear when people hear this?
You know, I'm going to walk on that stage as a fully out, awesome man.
A fucking fag. A cocksucker.
Who deserves this moment.
A goddamn fucking dick fucking up the ass, man.
In a room full of strangers.
Can't think of a better way
What?
for a man, a more disgusting way for a man to lower himself to another man.
Now from our New York office, and I'm curious, is Ty in a relationship now, Nichelle?
Yeah, Nancy, he is. He's been in a relationship with his partner Matt for 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
He was actually there by his side for the interview. And Ty told me, he does want to get married. He wants to have a family with Matt. In fact, he said he hopes to get a proposal right after.
Boy, that's gonna be one fucked up, screwed up kid that you're gonna have. How the fuck are they gonna figure out how to be able to attract a mate?
Michelle, meanwhile, this. It just happened.
You sick motherfuckers, you.
Released the video in which he says he was so inspired by Ty's interview that he is coming out as well.
I can honestly say I'm scared to death. But I thank each and every one of you for your support.
How does a man and a man
For standing strong, right?
make a baby? How does a man and a man make a baby, huh?
To expect it.
I can't think of a more disgusting thing a man can do to lower himself to another man than to suck his dick. To me, that's the same thing. How can a man lower himself anymore and than to do that? The truth of the matter is that is the fruit of the poisonous tree that is talked about in the Bible. It wasn't no goddamn fucking apple. That's a goddamn lie. The truth of the matter is, when a man sucks off another man, and he gets a cum inside his fucking brain, it changes his fucking brain to that which was once disgusting and defiled. Now, it changes you completely. And this is the reason why our Maker gave us equipment that it's very hard to make a mistake on, that the female has the female plug part, and the man has the male part plug. Even in the Bible it talks about a situation of where there was, I think it was in the Old Testament, of where somebody said, look here, take my virgin daughter before you fuck another man. But even now there's over 30 states that it's okay for a man to suck on another man. Boy, I'll tell you what, whoever introduced homosexuality, man, I can't think of a better way to destroy a nation. Destroy the family,